The addictive roguelike game Balatro has become one of the biggest hits of the year, mixing elements of poker and solitaire into a fiendish experience. And now my life is ruined, because it's coming to mobile thanks to Apple Arcade. Enjoy unlimited access to over 200 incredibly fun games with no ads and no in-app purchases. From puzzle and adventure games to sports, racing and multiplayer action games, everyone can count on finding something to love. Head to sifter.com.au/arcade to start your free trial of Apple Arcade today. That's sifter.com.au/arcade for a free 1-month trial of Apple Arcade. And you'll be supporting independent video games journalism. This offer is for new subscribers only. $9.99 a month after free trial. Plan automatically renews after trial until cancelled.
SIFTER.com.au.
Hello, Kyle Paletto here from SIFTER, jumping into the drop rate feed to let you know that we've been working super hard lately publishing stories to SIFTER.com.au, and that means we haven't put an episode of Drop Rate out for a while. So we thought, hey, let's try something different. In case you missed it on the website, YouTube, or our socials, I recently played the Dark Queen of Mortholme, a reverse Souls-like where you play as the boss. I wrote up and recorded a short bite-sized review, which I think you'll really enjoy while you wait for the next full-length Drop Rate episode. Take a listen and of course let us know what you think by getting in touch with us on socials. That's SIFTER HQ on everything. Before we get into that though, let's find out what's been making the news this week on Walkthrough, SIFTER's weekly news podcast. Hi, I'm Kyle Paletto.
And I'm Fiona Bartholomeus.
And here are the top stories this week on Walkthrough, SIFTER's weekly news podcast for Sunday, 6th of April.
We go through the biggest features of the new Nintendo Switch 2, the price and when it's out.
We don't forget the Switch 2 games either, including new Donkey Kong, Mario Kart and Zelda.
Tributes pour in for Cult of the Lamb composer Riverboy, who has sadly died.
And Stray Gods developer Summerfall Studios announced their next game, Malice.
You can get every episode of Walkthrough for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or on our website, sifter.com.au every Sunday.
Join the SIFTER community on Discord at sifter.com.au/Discord.
The Dark Queen of Mortholme is a 20-minute long self-proclaimed anti-game by Mozu Ajala and is one of my most memorable game experiences in recent memory. Throughout this review, I'm going to spoil the hell out of the handful of story beats in the game, so if you're a From Software fan or someone who enjoys interesting takes on the video game medium in general, I highly recommend you take the time to play this game before continuing. The game takes the traditional power fantasy of action RPGs with particular reference to From Software titles and flips it on its head, because this time you're not the underdog hero struggling against impossible odds. You're the boss, the big bad, the final challenge. Set entirely within a single throne room, you play as the Dark Queen of Mortholme herself, waiting for a challenger to make an inevitably pointless attempt at your life. When the plucky hero does arrive, you ensure their death is quick. Of course, the hero doesn't stay dead. At first, you obliterate them with ease, feeling like a god amongst mere mortals. But after a few rounds, you notice your health bar isn't quite as full as it was at the end of the previous fight. Are their attacks hitting harder? Just great, they know how to dodge roll now. The hero keeps coming back, progressively stronger, faster, and with new ways to avoid taking damage, and eventually much better equipped. All the while, you remain the same, and that unshakable confidence you had at the start starts to waver. The writing is where this game really shines. It's self-aware without breaking character, balancing dry humor with a real sense of increasing existential dread. The Dark Queen begins the game full of bravado, declaring herself eternal, invincible. But as the battles wear on, cracks begin to show. The dialogue shifts from mocking superiority to anxious self-doubt, mirroring the player's growing realization that this fight isn't going to end well. It is truly infuriating to watch your enemy quickly learn how to avoid being hit by every attack that once made quick work of them. For fans of punishing action games, the kind that this hero would feel right at home in, it's a joy seeing things from the other side. The hero, despite losing time and time again, is a relentless optimist. They monologue about the pride in improvement, the thrill of getting stronger, and the satisfaction of overcoming impossible odds. And for the first time, you're the one stuck in place, watching them grow while you remain static. You start to empathise with every final boss you've ever fought as you step into the role of the trapped, eternal, unchanging one-note plot device for someone else's story, while the hero moves forward, experiences life, and eventually, inevitably, wins. The Dark Queen of Mortholme is short, sharp, and superbly executed. It's a brilliant deconstruction of the hero's journey, packed into a tightly paced 20-minute experience. If you love games that play with expectations, or just want to see what it feels like to be on the receiving end of a Dark Souls protagonist's endless determination, I cannot recommend it enough. The Dark Queen of Mortholme is available on itch.io right now for however much you would like to spend.
Hey there, Gianni here on the latest episode of Lightmap, SIFTER's interview podcast. Gareth Damian Martin, developer of Citizen Sleeper 2, joins the podcast again and shares why those dice rolls and the challenge are actually all in your head.
It's funny how often people think that I might be cheating the dice rolls. The human brain has a way of narrativizing absolutely everything. There's a reason we use dice in tabletop games so much, and that's because they have this incredible ability to tell a story. Even if you just roll 3 3s in a row, that seems like it means something. The stress design is so effective to me because it asks the player to set their limit, and you will naturally slot into your kind of tension spot. The lowest dice in the game are a coin flip. Almost everybody, hopefully everybody who plays through Citizen Sleeper has at least one moment where they're like, oh my god, it's gone horribly wrong.
You can get every episode of Lightmap for free on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on YouTube, or head to our website, sifter.com.au. You're listening to Drop Rate by SIFTER. Visit us on sifter.com.au.
This has been Drop Rate by SIFTER, our video game review podcast. Thanks to Brian Fairbanks from Salty Dog Sounds for composing the theme music. SIFTER is produced by myself, Chris Button, Courtney Smith, Fiona Bartholomeus, Adam Christou, and Kat Jarni. Mitch Lowe is senior producer, and Gianni De Giovanni is our executive producer. We'll be back with another episode soon. Keep an eye on our other podcasts, Lightmap, for interviews and Walkthrough for news if you're looking for something in the meantime.